I apologize in advance if you can hear my everything, my PC and all that kind of stuff, because usually the mic picks up that stuff and it's really annoying. I really wanted to see how much I can actually read within 24 hours. Not within 24 hours, I'm gonna be actually sleeping, but how much I can read within a 24-hour window, so not reading for 24 hours straight. So currently I'm reading a book for another video called Imaginary Friend. I know this has nothing to do with video, but like the other cover I saw when I looked this book up was ugly, so I'm happy I have this cover. And I'm currently on chapter 43, page 276. So yeah. We're gonna start the timer now and we're gonna see how far I'm gonna get. So we are going to be continuing on reading this book. So I currently have a cup of tea. It says Hug and a Mug on it, so that's beautiful. I am currently on page 338 of the book Imaginary Friend. And I do have a time on and I am currently 40 minutes in. I'm gonna finish the chapter and probably go and do some other work. Page 338, and I'm currently just watching a Twitch stream to pass the time, because sometimes I need other people talking to be able to read. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be in the seeing how much I can read for 24 hours, but this challenge is taking me long because I can only read for like maximum of an hour, so it's really difficult to track it. Like I haven't been able to put like a timer for more than like an hour on because I also have other things I want to do besides reading. So it's currently like almost 9 o'clock at night, so I'm just gonna read until I fall asleep or get tired. So hopefully I'll add another hour. I have absolutely no idea how many hours we are on right now. I just want to see how much I could read in 24 hours. Like not in the span of 24 hours, but like not for 24 hours straight, but just for like how many pages and stuff like that. So I tracked what page I was on and chapter at the start, and yeah, I'm still on the same book because it's like 700 pages. And I'm currently on, I'm not gonna spoil that, page 457, chapter 65. I'm really enjoying the book, so I'll definitely be finishing before the 24 hours is up for sure. But I can only read like 50 pages an hour, so it's not even that much. So I'll see you guys next. Technically not reading an actual book here. I'm actually reading like pages from my journal, but I still wanted to include it. I forgot how many pages it was, but here's a clip of me just reading in my journal. So, a little update. I've definitely noticed that I am such a fucking slow reader. We are currently 7 hours and 10 minutes in, and I honestly have no idea how many days it's been, but now I'm gonna try and catch up. So, of course, we're still on the same book, because why would we be on another book? We are currently on chapter 73, page 515, and honestly, it would be ideal to get like 3 hours of reading done. We'll see how much I can get done. Like, I only have to read, and then I have to do a little workout, but that's the only thing I have planned for today, and it's already like 2 p.m, so we'll see how much I can get done. Okay, so I apologize in advance for the weird setup. I could not be bothered to turn off my PC to make a little update for you guys. So, I finished Imaginary Friend, which, wow. This is a 5-star read for sure. However though, I have very quickly learned that I am such a motherfucking slow reader. I don't know if it's because I was on this book for so long that it just naturally took longer for me to read, but it took me 14.5 hours. And that's not even from the start, that's from page 276. So I read around 500 pages in 14 and a half hours, which evens it out to 40 pages an hour, and that's not bad necessarily. And the text is pretty much the same size. Amazing book. If you want to read a longer book, please go ahead. There will be a longer video on my YouTube channel somewhere in the future talking more in depth about this book because wow, I love this book so much. So we have about 10 hours left and I do not know which book to pick because I just got 2 books in the mail. I Have Never Known Any Men, which Jack Edwards recommended, and I have The Memory Police that my friend really wanted me to read. What else do we have? This book I got from a random bookstore called Winter Blood, mostly because the cover was so pretty and it was really dirt cheap. I have 2 other books that I also could read. I'm really intrigued by The Handmaid's Tale because I've seen parts of the HBO show but I never fully committed to it. I don't know why, because I thought it was really interesting. So it could be really interesting to read the book first and then maybe watch the show and see how I feel. And then the last option is actually not a fiction book, it's a non-fiction book. It's been on my shelf for a while. It's called Invisible Women: Exposing Database in a World Designed for Men. I bought this book when I was like, I want to be a book person. This was before my Kindle, so I've had it for quite a while. And I do think this book could be really interesting to read about, but I think I need this with another fiction book so I don't have to just constantly be reading a ton of information. So we'll see what I pick. I apologize in advance if you can hear my hiccups. And this lighting setup is a bit weird because, yeah, I'm in my parents' bedroom again and I forgot to give an update on the book I'm currently reading, so I finished the book, it's a really long book, which was amazing, 6 stars immediately. And then I was like, okay, what book should I read next? And my mom actually picked this out, The Memory Police. I did get this book recommendation from one of my friends named Amy, and so far I love it. So we're currently on page 187 and there's about 277 pages in the book, and this has taken me roughly 4.5 hours, and we started on 14.5 hours, and that wasn't even the complete book from the first book we read. So that means we are 19 hours roughly into this reading challenge, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish another book. I think I'm only gonna be able to read 2 books, but then again, the longer book pretty much was like 2 books, so I think I can read 3 books in 24 hours, but that is obviously just a conspiracy theory for now. And I'll update you all when I am done with this book. We'll see. I don't want this video to be too long or too short. Like I've never done this before, so we'll see how it goes. We have reached a crucial part in The Memory Police because I am missing 20 pages. I've had a long day, so I will finish reading this and maybe I'll get an update straight away, or maybe I'll update on the proper camera that's not my phone. We will see. I apologize for the wind. You'll probably hear it quite loud. I look ridiculous. I'm wearing my mom's sunglasses, but yeah, we finished The Memory Police. Amazing book. I loved it so much. I was gonna start on Midwinter Blood, which is like a book my boyfriend got me, but then I didn't want to read that, and then I tried reading Young manga and I just didn't want to read that either. So we are continuing on with the series of the 3rd Shadow Me book, Night Me, and I'm already on page 50. We roughly have 3 hours left of the challenge, so, and I'm outside because the weather's nice, but it's kind of cold, so I'm probably only gonna read like maybe 1 or 2 chapters. Who knows? So we'll see how that goes. Okay, I know this is super random, but I decided to blur out my double chin for absolutely no reason. I didn't even read that much outside, but I was just like, you know what, the weather looks nice. I didn't really think about the shot. I know you can still see my double chin, but you know, it was kind of distracting me, and so yeah, we are just gonna live with it, okay? Please don't talk about my double chin. Thank you. We are in my parents' bedroom again. What a surprise. Yeah, but we finished the 24-hour reading challenge, or I did. This was definitely an experience, to say the least. I must admit it took quite a while. I think it took me over a month to do because I generally have a hard time getting myself to read. Like, I really enjoy reading. I just have such a hard time like making sure I set time each day to read, because I've noticed if I'm like on vacation or something, I'm much more likely to read in like my little mini breaks in comparison to when I'm just home and existing and I actually have to set a specific time of day to read. So in general, I could only read like 30 minutes or an hour or so, and usually I read with those small windows of maybe going to the gym, car ride to the gym, etc., which is only like 30 minutes. So I would just have this long ass notion list of all my little timestamps, which is fine. So we read 3 books, which is fine. The first book we started on was the book Imaginary Friend, and I started on page 276, and the book is 850 pages roughly. So that's 571 pages, so that took me roughly around 14 hours. And then I started on The Memory Police. So that book was 274 pages. And since I started on a really long book, that means I didn't actually finish the third book. I'm still currently reading it and I almost got to finish it, but I didn't get to finish it within the 22-hour window. So I started reading Ignite Me, the third book in the Shadow Me series, and I got to about page 334. So that means I read 1,179 pages in 24 hours. That is insane. So that would mean if we divide that by 24, I read about 50 pages an hour, which is pretty standard for most people. I think it's a little higher, like it's not slow reading, but it's not like fast reading by any means, but it's pretty decent. So that means I read roughly 4 books in 24 hours. I thought this video was quite interesting and I really hope you enjoy it. And if you want to see more videos like this, maybe you want to subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, please like the video and comment down below what you thought of the video. Please remember to be kind to yourself and others, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!